Jeff Hardy has been riding a wave of momentum that he's not really been on before. He's only been back from the WWE at this point for a little over a year. He had to go away and I guess get himself right. But we know he's always been a merch juggernaut. What did you think his ceiling with the company here was? I mean, did you feel like he had turned the corner? Did you have faith that he could be a top guy? Or did you think maybe the company was going to take more of a wait and see approach?
Well, you have to take a wait and see approach.
Yeah.
Otherwise, that's bad business. So you have a situation here where you have a great talent, unbelievable talent that can do any and everything with a great attitude and a huge upside, but they've got demons. So you can sit back and go, oh, that's okay. He's a great guy and he's got a huge upside and all that stuff. But all the other things we'll just forget about and not worry about because, oh, well, no, you can't do that as a business. So you have to sit back and wait and see. I think that the belief amongst everyone was one of Jeff has everything.
Right.
And Jeff had the world in the palm of his hand. And it just, every time the demons kind of come and grab him. He's just such a wonderful, warm, nice guy. You want to help him, but at some point you got to help yourself. And that's what they were waiting for.
And what a great roster you have. I don't think enough time gets spent on this, but it's not just Jeff Hardy. It's Randy Orton. It's John Cena. It's Triple H. It's Batista. It's Umaga. It's Edge. They're all in the main event title picture. This is a pretty great looking roster here. And I know that a lot of people who were watching or maybe tuning out during this era, they were hoping for, The Rock or Stone Cold. But the reality is those are one of one characters. But when you take a look at that, man, that's first ballot Hall of Famers, tippy top record breakers all across the line there. It's getting kind of crowded at the top here for top talent.
And new.
Yeah.
That's to me the most beautiful part about it. It was new. It wasn't The Rock and Stone Cold. It was new. And it was mixed in with some of the stalwarts that had been there for a while. Yes, they were still there. You still had Triple H. You still had Undertaker.
Yeah.
You still had Mick Foley to a degree. But you had the new guys coming up. And it was like, here you go. My favorite thing is when people say, gosh, man, I just long for the old days. And then you give them the old days. Gosh, man, that's all. I'm so sick of that shit that I've seen forever. Give me something new. Give you something new. God, I want the old days.
Right.
I think at this time was a great mix that was top heavy with new and top heavy with talented new.
Yes.
That got it, that grabbed the attention of the audience to the point of, I gotta see this, man. I'm into this, and it didn't feel old. It felt to me it felt exciting, and
Yes.
It was because you didn't know who was going to make it and who was going to make the turn. To be the next big guy.
Let's talk a little bit more about Jeff Hardy, because Matt Hardy has said on his podcast not too long ago, quote, Jeff was going to win this Money in the Bank briefcase. And I think at this point they had pulled the trigger and decided they wanted to try and turn him into the champion. I saw Freddie Prinze had been giving the edict, like, get Jeff Hardy ready for the championship. Talk to me a little bit about Freddie and his role in WWE. And when you guys do decide, hey, let's try with Jeff Hardy.
Freddie was on the writing team. I think Freddie's a great guy, man. I think the world of Freddie. But Freddie was part-time. I mean, Freddie came in and he would sit in on meetings and he would be at TV. I think what Freddie helped a lot of talent with was their acting chops and make it your own, man. But I didn't spend that much time working with Freddie. The time I did spend working with Freddie, I enjoyed. I thought he extremely talented guy and a lot of fun to be around. But I don't know that I can't imagine. Hey, Jeff Hardy.
Right.
Maybe it did. I don't know. I wasn't there for it. But man, Jeff, yeah, he was somebody that we were looking at before issues and after issues to be the champion because it was different, it was new, it wasn't the norm, it wasn't what you would picture as when you're sitting there in 1963. This is what my champion is going to look like in 2008. So, yeah, I think everybody was pulling for Jeff. Everybody was pulling for Jeff.
Randy Orton is the WWE champion here at the Rumble. So that's who Jeff is going to be getting the shot against. And it's interesting how Randy really starts to click and get over here in this era. He's really being pushed on television as being a third generation superstar, and it's working in a way that maybe it didn't work with Rocky Maivia when they tried this back in 96. John Cena has been gone since October 1st. He had a pec injury. He injured it during a Monday Night War match against Mr. Kennedy when Cena would hip toss Kennedy and the pec would just tear off of his chest. And the North American Journal of Sports Physical Therapy would recommend that he avoid strenuous lifting for about 6 months after a pec surgery. That's like their standard thing. Like, hey man, you can't really push it if you have this sort of injury. And surprise, surprise, Cena shows up. He's going to be the 30th entrant in the 08 Rumble. That's like less than 4 months. It's unbelievable what he's doing here. We were under the impression he couldn't even really start training this thing until after 6 months, but he's back in 4. Cena just super Cena in this era. No,
he's just super Cena in general.
Yeah.
And a part of it, people, we want to say your smart ass answers and bullshit and everything like that. Hey, have at it, man. John Cena's an enigma, and John studied nutrition. And what nutrition, if I eat this time morning, I'll wake up at 3:00 in the morning and I'll have a meal. That's the kind of discipline that John Cena had. John hired a trainer to be able to, man, this is the injury. This is where I want to be.
Right.
Can you help me safely get back? Because the caution is the Mark Marrow story. Mark, you're going to be out 6 months. No, I can get back in 3. Well, okay, no, Mark comes back in 4, but then because he didn't, and he rushed it and didn't train the right way, well, now he's out for 9.
Right.
So that was a big caution for Cena. Hey man, do not rush this.
Be careful.
You can't.
Yeah.
Just be careful. And John he's an enigma. He's a machine. I think he is prototype. But it's right there. And John was willing to do the work. Like, I don't have to go to rehab and get stretched by some little girl that, I don't know, that makes me scream and makes me want to punch her in the face. But I do because I want to be able to use my left arm again. John wanted to get back in the ring, wanted to get back in faster. Sometimes that's good. Sometimes that's bad. In this case, John was able to overcome the odds. I wouldn't recommend it for everybody. But John Cena, I'm getting to believe, he was a miracle man.